It's on!
Hey!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Disney Parks Talk Live. Excuse me for a moment while I send a link to someone else and see if they're going to be joining us.
I got a message from my son. Mom, are you okay? Dad's asking me, and I'm like, why is he asking me? Oh, I'm supposed to be in the studio. The clock I was looking at must still be, like old off or something. So
First, I'm like, yeah, we can do we can do this without her, Jeremiah. And then I'm like, but she hasn't even said hello. I hope she's okay. I better check on that.
we're
So
on.
once I knew you're okay, we went ahead and went. Okay, goodness. Here we are. Disney trivia. Nope.
Yep,
Disney Parks Talk Live, bringing you the week. Normally a weekly show, although it's been about a month. March 27th was the last time we did this. Lots of travel going on. My wife and myself have been in Florida. Mike Celestino apparently is still traveling. He's been in London. And Jeremiah Good has been in Paris, Germany. Where else?
No place else.
No place else. Paris and Germany.
Actually, I was in California. I think I was in California when all this travel started. So, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So Jeremiah's been all around this great big world and seen all kinds of places. But he's back with us today, and I believe you're going to be in town now, what, for another 3-4 months before you get on a plane again?
3-4 hours, you mean? I am
Traveling again.
heading to New York tomorrow morning to cover a red carpet for a Small Light, the upcoming show that is a Nat Geo show on Disney Plus about the woman who actually hid Anne Frank.
Oh,
wow.
That'll be amazing.
I've gotten a chance to see. I think I can say this because they sent it out and we've reviewed it, I believe. I've gotten a chance to see the first 2 episodes, and it was so much not what you think it's going to be. Like it is something that I wish they were all, so I could just watch them right now. It was that good.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Very powerful.
So if you like to travel often to the same places over and over, send your resumes to resume@laughingplace.com. All right, quick introductions. My name is Doobie, co-founder of Laughing Place. Over there is my wife, Rebecca Mosley, the other co-founder of Laughing Place. What shirt are you wearing today, hon?
I have on a Pirates of the Caribbean t-shirt because it was from an event where you got to say, what, can you see it on the back? Am I sitting in the right spot?
Yes, I saw the trailer first.
Is that for the original one?
Back in the day. I think it may have been the second one.
Oh, then you don't want to.
Are we showing backs of shirts today? Because this is my Disney Wish shirt, and the front is just the logo, but the back.
Oh, wait, here we go. The back of Doobie's shirt. Ooh, it's the Wish.
Pretty
nice.
sure the back.
Wait, I can't hear you. My headphones are off.
Oh, so Spider-Man on the front.
Spider-Man on the back. Yes.
Nice. Is this another Roosevelt's?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you to the 2 Roosevelts. That's amazing.
So send us the back of the shirt you're wearing at backsofshirt@laughingplace.com, and we will showcase it right here on here.
Will they all just go to you, Doobie?
Yeah, anything, unless it's actually taken by someone else on the team, it just comes to me.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I am going to start to make up things.
So, what's our top story, Doobie?
I don't know. We've got you know what I think the top story is, and that's that cool song coming to streaming services. But we're going to save that for later. I think the consensus top story around the internet is something. This story has been getting so much press that it just feels like old news now, but it's not. This just happened 2 days ago, and that is the burning of the Fantasmic dragon, as he's known, Murphy. A lot of people call him Murphy.
And this name backs it up now.
Yeah, Murphy because of Murphy's Law.
Yeah, I was going to say he was given the dragon was given this name because it was announced for a new summer special. They made it, there was a lot of hubbub and excitement surrounding it, and then it broke just before that, and so that entire season went without us getting to experience the new dragon because it had broken, so they're calling it so it got this name Murphy, right? I'm remembering that correctly, Jeremiah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. It was, the actual name isn't Murphy. Right. The actual name was a female name. I don't remember what the real name of her was.
Maleficent.
No, I mean the actual name of the dragon.
By the way, Doobie, Coaster Nerd says it's on the news in Virginia Beach, and Nikki B points out it was on the news in Seattle. So there you go.
Ah, Nikki B is an editor of the news in Seattle, so she would know.
Okay, there was a Twitter thread by Jenny Nicholson, I think is where I saw it, and her thesis that she
Can I stop you real quick? Real quick. This has been all over. You've probably seen it. While you're talking, I'm just going to show a video that someone posted on Twitter of the actual event. So you can continue talking.
So she was talking about how in this age now where we all have these cameras, she like shared kind of her train of thought and how she could support each one with the video. Like she said, wow, that fire is amazing. I wonder how it started. And then she found another video that kind of shows you the catalyst, kind of how it evolved because it's a different angle. And she's like, wow, I wonder if you could see it from somewhere else. And then it was somebody's video coming from like Splash Mountain. And oh, wow, look at it. It's amazing just how many different visuals we have of this single moment, now. And I'm also really surprised at how the lack of like panic, like the fact that people, stayed calm. And I heard there was an evacuation and whatnot. Cause this is intimidating to me. This visual right here, this scares me looking at it.
I think we should go back to what original started this conversation of, look, everybody has a camera on their phone. There's no panic because everybody wants to become Twitter famous in 2 seconds.
I guess.
And this angle doesn't actually show what started the fire. Mickey Mouse started the fire. It is Mickey's fault that the dragon caught on fire. He shot his sparks out of his sword, so he finally vanquished the nightmare. That's what it is. Done.
Billy Joel answered.
I was going to say, the nice thing in all seriousness is that we're able to look at this and have a bit of fun because everybody is safe. The damage is purely to things, not to people. And
let me quickly just give the basics. 10:30 showing of Fantasmic on Saturday night. Obviously, this is close to the end where Maleficent, she does her fire thing, and then Mickey comes out, puts the fire out, and catches her dragon on fire. Disney put out a statement, which I will read right now. Wow, yeah. No panic, which is amazing. During the final showing of Fantasmic at Disneyland Park on Saturday evening, the dragon prop caught fire. Anaheim Fire and Rescue quickly responded and the fire was extinguished. All cast members were safely evacuated from Tom Sawyer Island. Due to smoke and wind, attractions near the island were safely evacuated of any guest, and the cause of the fire remains under investigation at this time.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey. We are temporarily suspending fire effects similar to those used at Disneyland Park's Fantasmic at select shows and entertainment experiences globally out of an abundance of caution following the Fantasmic prop fire at Disneyland Park. The continued safety of our cast and guests is of the utmost importance.
Shuby, I know that we didn't talk about this, can you bring up our Instagram, the video that I put up on the reel?
Right.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
Yeah, because Jeremiah was able. You were at Walt Disney Magic Kingdom. You were able to procure some Magic Kingdom footage for us because that is one of the operational dragons that was impacted by what happened at Disneyland.
ED92 Magic, Friends of Laughing Place, I believe that's their correct handle. They were at the Parade of the Stars at Disneyland Paris today, and they posted pretty much the same picture that I did of the dragons not shooting fire, but I was able to capture the dragon as is coming out, and there is no edit to the sound, no edit to anything. It is just straight going
I'll go ahead
up.
and play that.
Yeah.
Insert fire there. Yes.
Yeah.
But Disney World's Fantasmic does not use the same effect, so it actually still does have all of its fire effects from what we understand.
Well, I can leave right now and probably rush over and get Fantasmic if you want me to.
I'm sure Twitter will let us know if there is noticeable differences.
I would have had a show yesterday, I would have thought.
Yes.
Anyway, as well.
And Five Fires had video of the team hard at work putting up a scrim around the remains of the dragon as they would prepare for the repairs and stuff. So they were getting that green screen around there that we've all seen all over the parks, here and there and everywhere.
Yeah, that is tough. I mean, Fantasmic just came back. Not,
Right?
well, I guess it's going on a year.
It's close to a year. Close to a year.
But it's, that is the nighttime show that is always a guarantee if the fireworks can't make it. We know Fantasmic does, so that's going to be hard. I'm sure that they will, once they can clear everything out, they'll just keep the Rising Maleficent, which is the B show when the dragon hasn't been working, which has been more often than not since it came out. So hopefully they'll be going with that, but we don't have any word as of yet.
Right. I was going to say, we do not know the extent of kind of the infrastructure damage done by
right.
fire. So yeah, we're all kind of waiting to hear kind of moving forward what's going to be happening. Yes, Mr. Jeremiah.
This is kind of a joke, but
careful.
If the damage happens to have affected the Aladdin flying carpet effect, I would not be too upset.
You're so mean. You really don't like that sequence.
No, that sequence is like the show killer. And that, I'm a Fantasmic diehard fan. I was there the first showing of that. The first showing was back. And the first showing when it came back, they actually didn't have the carpet working, which was, oh no, they did. They just didn't have it this past time I visited. But it's a beautiful show no matter what.
So you were one of those people who was happy when the Zazu stories broke, right? About the Zazu tail feathers or whatever, right? It was over at Under New Management, right? Wasn't that the story that one of them caught fire? That's why we got the traditional one back or something.
I'm not saying that I hated Under New Management. It was quite a fun show, but yes, I enjoy the original show back. It's not quite the original show. I still love when there are different shows in Disneyland and Disney World, so it was something unique, but it wasn't the best show they had.
So it's going to be interesting to see kind of what the ramifications are of this. Obviously, you wonder also like staffing. If this is put on hiatus, how does that impact those people? There's just so much like reality to the kind of jovial silliness that we've been having with the fact that nobody got hurt. So, you're making fun of the fire.
And don't forget, Tom Sawyer Island is one of Disneyland's attractions. So, how does it affect that? You mentioned in the comments of a show earlier, Rebecca, the Mark Twain.
Our friend Doug, he said in a tweet that they didn't let him go to like the upper decks because I guess then you could peer down in. And so they were, stopping the guests from doing that as well. So yeah, really interesting situation. I am still amazed at what happened, and wow, yeah. Like I say, I would have been very intimidated on the Rivers of America. I would not have been sticking around to observe. I would have been making my way, with respect to everybody around me, but making my way away.
Had it spread, I mean, terrifying thought, but had it spread to the building on the island.
Don't even speculate.
Yeah. I'm glad panic did not ensue because that. Yeah. But so from a sociological perspective, there's like 10,000 people that can view Fantasmic. Is this perhaps one of the most videoed accidents ever when you consider everyone there at Disneyland with their phone and then something clearly goes very wrong? And not like a NASCAR wreck, that happens all the time, but something very wrong. I gotta feel like there's more videos of this accident than almost any accident ever. So.
Talking about Disneyland and the Tiki Room as we were a minute ago, Skywalking Through Neverland, this is one of the key moments in a Disney fan's life, is when you grab that Dole Whip and you walk straight into the Tiki Room.
Nope.
No way. You just grab that Dole Whip and straight in.
Incorrect.
I don't even like Dole Whip floats, so what's the problem here?
You have to see the pre-show.
Oh,
not at Disneyland.
Not always. No.
You don't?
Garden?
You don't have to see that. No one watches that. It's not like Florida's. No one watches it at Disneyland.
You're good.
Okay.
If you've seen it, you're good. It's good. I like it. I would tell you to make sure you don't, you see it at some point, but it's not a must do. It's not like the Muppet Vision 3D.
Tongaroa. From my leaves, really fun things fall. It's not that big a deal, Jeremiah. Not that big a deal. I am upside down because of tilt. I've seen it. I don't remember it clearly, but I've seen
I just know I watched
Can you keep going, Doobie? I want all of the tiki gods at this point from you.
See, and Skywalking agrees with us. If you've seen it once, you're good. You just have to see it, but if you've seen it, you're good. So what other news has been happening, Mr. Doobie?
Jeremiah was at Magic Kingdom this morning. Jeremiah, is that correct?
Yes.
Why don't you give us some updates? You tell us how you want to tell us. I'll give you supporting videos.
I was like, I don't even remember this morning. Well, the first thing, of course, the dragon. Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I am no longer calling it the former attraction that it is because it has moved on. It is now Tiana's Bayou Adventure. The tree that used to be up at the top is gone. There's definitely work going on to make it the salt dome that it will be. I know, Doobie, you can expand more on the story and what it will be.
A salt dome.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for clearing that up for me. So they did a lot of work over the past. I haven't been there in almost 2 weeks, so I feel like everything has changed. But it's definitely moving forward with the changes. So I think in a few weeks we'll definitely see some difference. I know the tower is supposed to be coming pretty soon, and I believe that's, if you look at all the scaffolding. Go up one more, Doobie. The scaffolding on the right, I believe that's going to be part of where the support system for the Tiana's Foods. I know that's not the
Tiana's. I think it's food company.
Food company.
So.
That's where the water tower will probably take place because you'll come up the first lift, and I believe it's going to be just off to the left of it.
And that's the one where they've told us we're going to have a tiara placing sighting moment or something. They've been really, getting us geared up for tiaras.
And you're right. It's just Tiana's Foods. I stand corrected. Thank you, Jeremiah.
I wasn't sure myself.
Sarah saw the sign over at Rogers the Musical, over at the Hyperion. So they were at Throwback Night, and they spotted that over at DCA. Cool.
I'm gonna try to find that link.
My friend Anita is now planning a trip to Disneyland from Ohio. She's so excited over Rogers the Musical.
I'm planning a trip there from Florida. Oh wait, I always plan trips there from.
I'm not sure if I'm planning a trip, so we'll see.
I want to see Rogers the Musical. But...
Okay.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
I really hope that they enforce the hey, you can't video rules, because that would be a nice thing to be able to enjoy that. I know Mike would be upset.
I was going to say, you'll be able to enjoy it if you don't record it. Somebody else.
No, it's the.
Oh.
As somebody who was in a park where, even more so, I think there were more cameras at Disneyland Paris.
Really?
And Walt Disney Studios parks at times.
Wow.
It was. There was definitely a lot of. If you go over to our YouTube, you get to see the D-Light show that started for the 31st anniversary of Disneyland Paris and the Avengers Power of the Night. And there are two big differences between the Paris parks and the America parks. Paris parks, everybody seems to give space to each other. You're not elbows to whatever. I was able to walk in and actually find space, like large spaces. And then the other one was a lot of people don't care about their camera placement, because it was, it was nice that was one of the tallest people around, and we came back with some really fun videos. And I still have more videos to put up.
Hey, Chrissy, I hope you get to try that someday. We've all experienced Flight of Passage in Florida. It is amazing. And I've not even seen the movie, and I love it. It's like just being in that world. And I've been on it 3 or 4 times now, and every single time I still tear up when I'm on it. Just beautiful. My son jokes it's because of the wind blowing in my face, but no, it is emotional.
And I want to comment on that too. There's an effect where it's breathing between your legs. You can feel it expand and contract. And I thought that was just going to be the dumbest gimmicky, but no, when you're on that banshee, it feels alive under you. That is such a cool effect.
Yeah, it's part of why it gets so emotional. The views and the experience it's amazing.
I didn't cry.
Doobie,
I don't cry.
was the only other thing the Main Street Cinema shop?
The other thing was the Main Street Cinema shop.
Yes. This, for the past 18 months, has been the home of everything Vault Disney, or the Vault collection, and the 50th. Well, no, it's just been the Vault collection. So I'm used to cutting through the dress shop, seeing all the fun stuff in there, taking a picture of whatever the new dress is, and then walking into the Main Street Cinema and going, oh, I need insert whatever here. And now it has become the hat shop.
Oh,
Do you need a hat?
They have very limited Vault things still in there.
Okay.
But it is, you can see in the background, there's one of
Right.
the Vault shirts, and they have like the weird sweatshirt with the different photos. But it has become the new Mad Hatter shop, because the Mad Hatter shop became the new popcorn shop. So now the Main Street Cinema is where you can buy hats.
Ooh,
That's
hey,
not a bad thing.
Geo, I think that means we need to check our local outlets and see if that stuff's beginning to migrate elsewhere. Maybe we'll find it on the shelves of our Disney store outlets like we did the 40th
That's a good idea.
merch.
I was just thinking this morning that we need to head back over to Livermore. That's
Me
funny.
too.
The Vault stuff has moved down to the whatever the shop is outside the Main Street Theater.
Gotcha.
That is where the Art of Disney or collectibles have relocated. But yes, the 50th stuff is all out of Main Street. Now they moved on to the 100th stuff, which is confusing. And then I was celebrating the 25th anniversary, but then I was celebrating the 31st anniversary. Disney math is hard.
Well, speaking of Disney math, I'm so good at these segues. We just celebrated the 25th anniversary of Animal Kingdom, and Jeremiah was nice enough to send us a picture that he took on that day. Check that out. Hey, Jeremiah, looking good there. This was 2 days ago?
That was actually October of 1998. The picture of today is there. Yes, and the funny thing is, trying to recreate this is impossible, because the Tree of Life garden sign used to be at the main part of the park, right at the entrance, and now it is at the side.
So what was it like being at Animal Kingdom on the 25th anniversary, Jeremiah?
Very similar to being at Animal Kingdom on the 20th and on the 15th. No, it was amazing. Because this is the first anniversary, I think, that I've been on a Saturday. The presentation that was done, that included the ambassadors, Dr. Mark Penning, and Vice President of Disney's Animal Kingdom, I think it was. It was a fun presentation. And then they had the characters all come out to one of the best Disney songs that sadly everybody thinks is either now part of this show or the 45th parade from Disneyland. And they had everybody from Kevin, Doug.
Pomp and Circumstance?
Yes, correct. Good answer, Doobie. And it was lots of fun. Of course, my placement, you can kind of see Divine there to the left of that photo. That was my view for quite a bit of it, is Divine just vamping right in front of me. And it got kind of hard to take photos of anything else, because she was, she is large in stature and just posing. And she can also do this thing where she raises her back leg and touches like her head with it, which I thought only Doobie could do. So she's doing a lot of that. But it was a lot of fun.
Quick question for you guys before you do, Rebecca.
I want to join in on this. Hey, look at it. Our trip from September of 1999. Yes. That was our first visit.
That's Rebecca on the left and me on the right.
No, that is a
you are a silverback, Doobie.
Conservation station.
Yes.
It's a conservation station image.
Tony Betty. A song from Brother Bear, but no Brother Bear characters.
There weren't in the 45th either. So it was a lot of fun. The day it was a busy day, and a lot of it was at one point we got a chance to meet Moana because she has a new home there, which I walked over, and the line for Moana, which is at the old Discovery River boat dock, where they've had some of the other character meet and greets over the years, her line was back to Dinoland. On the other side of the walkway was the line for merchandise. I was also back to Dinoland. The line for Moana, though, never died down. And while her new home was amazing, and we have a video with the Mark Renthro, who does the live entertainment, and actually the backstory of why Moana is actually there. I think that was it. We were hearing in the background.
Sorry.
Which was a lot of fun to hear, and he told all the story. And if we want to play it, go for it, dude.
That's okay.
I totally forgot. That's actually our second trip because we actually went and we
were there opening year.
Yeah, we were there opening
before
year.
we were married. No, it wasn't before we were married, but we were there opening year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really fun day. There was, the characters that had been meeting for the week prior. Flick and all of them. Sadly, they only had Jiminy Cricket and Tinkerbell and Flora. I don't remember what the name of the Tinkerbell's fairy friend was. Tony, that's all you for that one.
I believe it was Tony. Yes, you're correct.
Yes, they didn't have the Flick and Ada Flick and Ada or any of the other characters that had met throughout the week, which I was a little disappointed in. But the character meet and greet line was at least 2.5 hours. Fun. Thank you, Gio.
And then this story we just put up today related to the 25th anniversary of Animal Kingdom, and that is they apparently way back on April 22nd, 1998, or sometime in 1998, they actually buried a time capsule at Animal Kingdom, and it has now been opened. And
but it is just a cast member time capsule.
Oh, okay.
See?
Oh, that's in there. You're right. Oh, how cool.
Yep.
I feel like all of these are still, you can still buy all these now.
If they have the shirt with Pooh with the magnifying glass going, Tigger, is that you?
That was everywhere.
That shirt is never going anywhere.
I should totally look on eBay and see, like, to replace this collection, what would it cost you on eBay?
I think the only thing that I've not seen, there you go. The only thing that was in that collection, I haven't looked at the entire time capsule, but it was a lot of just here's the same stuff that they just removed opening year from, and they're still selling.
So I asked this on the morning show. I'm going to ask it here too. Jeremiah, give me one of your extremely positive memories of Animal Kingdom while you mention the Pumbaa popcorn bucket.
Wait, I have to do both at the same time?
Yeah,
That's
you're talented. You're talented.
I was there, as that photo showed, October of 98, and that was probably my favorite visit because it was still when they had the March of the Artimals out. I did get a chance to experience the Discover River Cruise hosted by Just Plain Mark and Zippy. They had the old hidden pathway still open that you used to be able to walk. There was still the dead animal up in the tree as you walked the whatever the trail is now, the Gorilla Falls Trail. So I have fond memories of the things that Joe Rohde really loved to put into the park, but over the years have been removed due to space constraints. Not really story constraints, but like everything that's been changed has been to benefit the park. And I love It's Tough to Be a Bug.
Show off your bucket.
So this was, we all have seen, and most of us own, the hanging Simba popcorn bucket. So they decided to give him a friend this time with the Pumbaa bucket. And as we were talking, it's the Elvis Pumbaa.
Quite the pompadour there.
Yes. Again.
Does it make fart noises when you open it up?
No, stop. Don't.
It doesn't smell like it either. But it
did. It should make a little fart noise.
This special Animal Kingdom 25th anniversary. That was your wife saying that, not me, by
I
the way.
know.
It is true to character. I mean, it's not my fault that that's the joke they went for when it came to Pumbaa. Come on.
So this is, as far as I know, the popcorn bucket will remain. I don't know if the popcorn strap is going to stay, if it was just unique for that day, or if it's just going to be, hey, it's the 25th anniversary for the next 3 years.
We want a Timon sipper, Sarah. We're thinking we need a Timon sipper to go with the Pumbaa bucket. Like they had those Haunted Mansion sippers, you know, the 3 of them, the hitchhiking ghosts. So you can have a Timon and Pumbaa.
But would it
So
be
how about
like
you,
out of
Rebecca?
the tail?
Rebecca, Animal Kingdom memory.
Oh,
Or you can talk about Tarzan Rocks.
no, there's a lot. I mean,
Tarzan
okay,
Rocks
so
was an opening day.
I didn't say
no, it
opening day.
it wasn't opening day. No, Animal Kingdom is my favorite park because it's a zoo I can get my husband to visit.
It's not a zoo, but yes,
Oh.
it is the only zoo I will visit. You are correct.
So it is my favorite for that reason because I love animals and the way that this park
Love to eat
kind of
animals.
puts you in that world is really stupid. I don't know. He's the vegetarian.
Who
I
hurt
know.
you, Doobie? Who hurt you?
Um, but over the years, we've been many times, and it is always a little bit different somehow, some way. That's its magic. For us, we did an interview with the design team behind Yak and Yeti. And Doobie and I had wanted to be parents for many years. We had not yet been successful. And the owner of said establishment, the creator, Steve Schusler, who also is the brains behind Rainforest Cafe and Boathouse, he
T-Rex.
was, what?
T-Rex also.
T-Rex, yes, T-Rex. He talked about how they had brought these egg-shaped stones, lingam stones, to a place outside Yak and Yeti. These are stones that are formed in this unique way by river currents up in the mountains of Nepal, as I believe. And he was like, "Oh, well, you have to come because these are fertility things. You have to, come and touch them." So so in the midst of the interview, Doobie and I run out and he makes us like place our hands on this enormous lingam stone in the background. And I kid you not, maybe 1 or 2 months later, I discovered I was pregnant, and about 10 months. So I think it was like a month or so later, we had a little baby boy, and then we brought him to Yak and Yeti. We took a picture of him.
This picture is from, he would have been 2.5 months old at this picture in one of his first visits, if not his first visit, to see the very stones that resulted in his existence. So.
Yes, sir.
Is that why Gideon's middle name is Steve?
Almost, by the way, very close. If I'd have gotten pregnant that particular, I think it would have happened. But since it was one removed, I was like, nah, let's stick with the familial dynamic.
I do love, and anybody that's ever watched one of the walk and talks with Doobie and I always seem to swing over by those stones because of that story. It is one of my favorite.
Because you want to have a child.
I don't touch them.
Create a wide berth around.
Look, there's the Gideon stone.
Garlic with him as well, just to be sure.
Okay. I can't top that story for Animal Kingdom memory, so I guess I better have
Animal
that.
Kingdom memory.
Since I forgot earlier to mention that I did a double whammy earlier. First, I didn't use this as my story. Second, I talked about Finding Nemo the musical, which I went to with Benji, and I think Rebecca was there. Which
That's
you
what
did
he
not
said, Jeremiah. He said we went to Finding Nemo the musical's debut when Benji was there. I think Rebecca was too. Wow.
So I have to. One of the things that they did for the media event was we got to see, and we got VIP seatings for Festival of the Lion King because that is the longest running temporary placeholder show in history. And one, they brought back the what does your name mean? And sadly, it's no longer good looking.
Oh, but they brought it back.
Doobie means good looking, so that's it. But then afterwards, I had the chance to finally get one of those things I've always wanted to do, and it was a picture with the cast of Lion King. So
Oh,
on the
fantastic.
anniversary, but also on the 15th anniversary, I was lucky enough to be in the Jam and Jingle Jungle Jam Drain Jamboree Parade.
Jeez, Jeremiah.
So for the 15th, something great. For the 25th, something great. For the 20th, what happened on the 20th?
I am so
Oh,
sad.
that's right. The next morning, I was awoken by our CEO going, I need your passport number. You're going to South Africa.
Oh,
So,
poor guy.
Right.
Lion
Poor
King has,
guy.
Animal Kingdom has been one of my favorite parks, even before then, but each of these anniversaries, I've had some great memories from.
Jam and Jungle Parade was
This is
awesome
this
as
is
the
the
Jingle
Jingle
Jungle.
Jungle version,
I
man.
loved Jingle. That was
I miss this so much. I can't even.
Yeah,
but
Animal Kingdom is a fun park with a lot of memories. It's also the hottest theme park, I believe, in the world,
yeah.
which I don't generally mind heat, but even at Animal Kingdom, it's a special kind of hot.
You like Tiffin's. You love the lounge at Tiffin's.
The Nomad Lounge at Tiffin's,
Oh,
I
sorry,
had to
Nomad
work there one
Lounge.
afternoon, and it was wonderful. I enjoyed that.
You
Pandora
worked
Land
there?
is
You're a former cast member?
grab my laptop, got some work done. And then Pandora Land is really cool. Lion King is really cool. So much Expedition Everest, which I rode again for the first time in years on our last trip, 3 times. Amazing, amazing coaster. Love it so much. Yeah, it's a fun park. It's too bad they took out Primeval Whirl. I enjoyed that, and I'm sad
No,
it's
you
gone.
didn't. No, you didn't. You
I did.
liar.
It actually was really fun. Yeah, but one of my best memories recently was going on Tough to Be a Bug with Gideon, who, had a little bit of trepidation about it, but we sat in back, and his joy over watching the guests in the theater get frightened and scared to death from the spiders and the stuff in your back and all that was just I so much loved him loving that memory now sticks out in my mind as yet another wonderful Disney memory when I go back where we belong on my
Um,
Disney vacation
and
club.
and you can quote me on this. I am guessing that at Destination D, we will be hearing the next major expansion will be Animal Kingdom based.
Jeremiah,
Any,
I found an
any
old picture.
I'm scared because
No, it's not
me
of
too.
you. It's of something. It's like
oh,
we.
the old I can't think of what they were called. They were just art that was in the water, and that was part of the Discovery River cruise. I'm still having a
Okay.
hard time adjusting to English. Um, so
Sprechen?
my brain did not work that well. I'm still having. I did actually the day I got back. Goes as you say. I said that to somebody. I'm like, no. This was as you'd come around the corner. There would be this kinetic
Okay.
sculptures. That's what they were. And they would be in the river, and then you would continue around the side, and you would actually see the Aladar animatronic that used to be out in the water that would bend down and drink water, and he'd look up at you because it continued the story of Countdown to Extinction that he came back, so he had made it down to the
Oh.
river to drink. And
Okay.
that was also where they had the fire that used to shoot out of
Mhm.
Dragon Rock and
Yeah.
all
Well,
that
I was
that's
going
what
to
fun.
we
ask
should have.
about that.
That's what we should have tweeted. Was in light of Fantasmic, Animal Kingdom's dragon
Fire effect.
spewing any fire.
I think they also turned off the Settlers Cabin fire because of that
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
Pirates of the Caribbean now only can use projections.
oh dear.
Oh man.
What's next, babe?
Well, next would be
Aren't
stuff
we
from
done by
Disneyland.
now?
Stuff
What
from
do we have to?
Disneyland,
Okay.
but he's not here today. So, no, we're going to talk about Throwback Night. We'll save that for when Mike's with us, though.
Okay.
So this, well, let's show the headline. Show some pictures. The cabins at Fort Wilderness. When I hit app
Why are
stream,
people hating this so much?
Because it's not fun.
this is not fun.
Have you been to the cabins at Fort Wilderness currently? They are not
Yes.
fun either.
We stayed there 10, 14 years ago.
They are as basic as possible. Like
You're camping, Jeremiah.
And that's
You're
all that
camping.
is.
No, this is all eco and no, this is not.
So
Mm-mm.
I
It's no this okay, honestly. This to me has a more sterile aesthetic to it than the rustic cabin nature, which almost feels like somebody just kind of, knocked out a few trees and built me something. This feels very man-made, like I say, man-made,
Compare.
sterile. It doesn't. It feels, yeah. See,
This was made with Lincoln logs.
this doesn't feel like something I'm gonna rent it that is an Airbnb in my neighborhood. Whereas this feels like something I could rent as an Airbnb in my neighborhood. For me,
Think
that's what
uppity foo foo.
the disappointment is for me. Just the external visual.
I've stayed in the cabins more recently, and it's just like the tree houses. I never stayed in the original tree houses that Disney bought and put together years ago, but I did stay at the new ones. That is the prefab. They just stick together, and I can only imagine how horrible the original tree houses were because they were like Disney bought them and put them together themselves. This looks like something that will be a little bit nicer to stay in than here's a bedroom, or here's the couch, and then here's the bedroom with the bunk beds in the back.
I'm
I'm with
interested.
Skywalking. Skywalking says there's no personality to it. No face, no personality.
No, no,
It's
no.
just
It's like the facades. The facades at Downtown Disney. What just happened to Ralph Brennan's Jazz
they
Kitchen?
look like
You had that
shop.
really gaudy Mardi Gras personification, saxophone out in front. There was no question that was the Jazz Kitchen. Now, it could be the Jazz Kitchen this week. It could become something totally different the week
Frankly, it could.
ahead, kind of
It
thing.
looks kind of like this. It looks
Yeah,
kind of like this.
I'm saying. I
So
like
generic.
I like that the other could not be anything other than a cabin.
Log
You could
cabin. You cannot put a
theoretically
jazz kitchen
come up
in
with
here.
some other term.
You are not getting beignets in there.
Nope. Nope. All you can do the only fun to be had in there is putting someone in a Murphy bed and pushing it up. Other than that,
Oh,
this
I
is
wish
just
I
a
had
place
that
to
feature
sleep.
to share. I wish I
That's
had
kind
that.
of how I felt about the cabin. Actually, it's very much the here's a place to sleep. I mean, yes, I understand that it's the moving forward, and I completely agree. Downtown Disney is being just stripped of all Disney, but that I just kind of feels like it's a cabin,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
Anyway,
honestly, the reality is when it opens, I want to experience it. I want to see what the
yeah,
experience is like. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about what it's like to be inside the cabin. I'm just talking about standing outside, looking at it. There's a continuing trend of kind of, I don't know, there's not as much what they describe to us as character painting or whatnot. There isn't as much like exterior visually beautiful and uniqueness to the appearance.
the only real benefit that I'm looking forward to is when they start removing all the artwork from the cabins, and then I can get somebody to go to Cast Connection and get me the Wilderness Railroad painting that is in each of the cabins for however much that is.
350 of them.
Oh,
Hey, let me
nice.
Yeah,
give the actual story here. So at Fort Wilderness, they are replacing the cabins, the old version, as you just saw, with the log cabin, to a new version, and they're also converting them into DVC, Disney Vacation Club. So obviously, DVC can, in addition to being purchased as Vacation Club, they can still be used as hotel rooms, but they will become DVC properties. The next, I believe, what is this? The 19th or 17th Disney Vacation Club
Can't
property?
imagine how Tony W
17th.
knows that little fun fact.
17th. What was his fun fact? Sorry, I was reading.
No, no, it's okay. You were doing real work. Yeah,
Yeah. So
I'm very
anyway,
interested to see what modern amenities, come with
you know
this.
what's
it'll
funny
be a
about that?
pump in the shower with the shampoo, the soap, and the conditioner. That's the modern amenities for it.
I wanted the TV to like pop up, so that way if I'm somebody who wants to stay at these without the TV being around, I can do that.
What are you
You know
on
what's
in the
interesting
funnel
to
suite on the
me
Wish?
Uh-huh.
about this? Open image, a new tab. Sorry. We talk about how it looks kind of generic,
Yes.
and there's another DVC which will soon be opening, and I don't think it looks all that different. And this is a major tower at the Disneyland Hotel. I agree. There is a homogeny to
Oh,
the what they're building now that is not good.
bring up the picture of the horrible eyesore that's going in Polynesian.
Mm-hmm.
That one to me. I was driving back on the property after being gone for my trip, and the elevator tower, you can see that above the Grand Floridian towers and everything. And
Oh,
it's just,
really? Okay.
yeah, I can only imagine what it's going to finally look like when it's done. I mean, the artwork,
Is this
yeah,
really it?
yeah.
Dude,
Is that, or is that the environmental one that got canceled? No, that is the one. Yeah.
yeah, this is open tree. Wow.
It's
This
so
is
different, right?
no. It's so not different. I mean, I actually really like
I
this to
mean,
be
I
honest.
shouldn't say that. I should say it's different than what they had been previously,
Right.
where you could really immediately identify the
But
hotel
Yeah.
because of its unique kind of silhouette, its unique
these are
exterior.
just too similar. This is I hadn't even noticed. For whatever reason, I haven't even seen this concept art. And
Yeah.
this looks way, way too similar to the Disneyland Hotel, which looks way too similar to a Fort Wilderness cabin. What are you doing, Disney? Let's
It's
change.org. We're
Making
starting a petition.
money.
but no, I think there's a part of a move towards this though, because you see it everywhere. Look at what they're doing to all this McDonald's around. Look at what they're doing to all the. There's a certain. There's a. It's a within the zeitgeist right now is what I'm saying.
Yep. And
Oh,
then in
right here,
20
yeah.
years, they'll be like, oh, wait, we're going to completely redo it and add theming to it.
And
I'll
then,
be
all the fans are going to complain. How dare you change this thing? This is beautiful just the way
How
it
dare
is.
you change a dumb cabin to something that's a dumb cabin?
I hope you're okay, Mr. Fulton.
Yeah.
Nothing serious.
It's
Okay.
like even art of animation with as bland as its building is in some ways. I mean, it had those enormous statues throughout it and everything. So it had
That's the kind of thing I wonder if will we get anymore. When's the last art of animation? But the Pop Century, the All Stars, they were all about big Disney stuff. Even when it wasn't Disney, but just the fact that it was big made it Disney, and that is just so not the direction they're at anymore at all.
No, as somebody said, I think Kyle said, it's Marriott. They're just becoming generic. And that also, I think, fits into the Lighthouse Point for the Disney Cruise Line. It could be anything. It's not
Yeah.
Disney enough.
It used to those visuals are not as immediately reaching out to you with that Disney magic that they had before. You'd have those elements that really felt like, okay, yeah, this is a Disney project. This isn't a
Disney.
Doobie, speaking of Disney magic and your love of DVC, play the song.
All right, we're going to
I've
take a
not
break
actually
here.
heard it.
Have you not heard the song? Oh,
No.
what?
I envy you, Jeremiah, for not having heard the song yet.
No, Kyle, put a link to the best Disney song there is ever made, Kyle.
Sorry, vamp without me for just a moment while I find it.
So when you
I got it. All right. So the reason this is news is this song, which is the second greatest Disney song ever created after I'll Try, is now available on streaming services. So you no longer have to go to YouTube to hear it. You can now listen to it in your car, while you're working out at the gym, any place you want. You can enjoy the greatest song, the second greatest Disney song ever, the greatest theme park song ever. It's called Where We Belong.
You're wrong.
Created as a promo for Disney Vacation Club, but it's so good that the public demanded that it get released. You're not going anywhere, Nikki B. Watch, listen, enjoy.
When you see a shooting star, the adventure inside your heart is pulling you close to where the future starts.
The magic that's in your eyes, traditions we build for life.
Year after year, the memories fill the sky. Everybody, welcome home to your home away from home, where magic never ends with family. and friends, making memories so strong. We believe in somewhere new, a place where all your dreams come true. Together we can grow, let the whole world know where we are is right, right where we belong. Unforgettable
And now
days
please
and
play the song
nights.
Kyle just put
Something
in.
you can't describe.
Can't describe it.
We haven't even got to the best part yet, Jeremiah. It's yet. It's the best part coming. Maybe my
I'll
top
make you
over
mute you guys.
Away from home, where magic never ends, with family and friends, making memories so strong. We believe in somewhere new, a place where all your dreams come true. Together we can grow, let the whole world know where we are is right, right where we belong.
Not yet. Getting there. Gotta wait for that key change, Jeremiah.
This is a great bridge.
Disney memories begin.
You guys are heartless.
Everybody welcome home to your home away from home, where magic never ends, with family and friends, making memories so strong. We believe in something change.
Okay.
I'm not stopping.
Okay, no, gotta hear the end. That's where you're
Where we are is right, right where we belong, right where we belong,
Hey, that looks the same too.
right where we belong.
Jeremiah's going, I've been there, I've been there, I've been there.
Right where we belong. Disney
Oh, here comes Jeremiah.
Vacation Club.
Ooh, they could have done without that part.
We belong.
Disney Vacation Club.
That's my
Right
favorite part.
where we
Disney
Just randomly sings it every now and then.
Right where we belong.
Doobie, did you just discover this? I thought this was a new song, and this is a song that's been out for how many months now?
No, I discovered it when it was out, but now they've released it to streaming services, so
Oh.
I'm enjoying it all over again.
So can you play Kyle's link?
I can't because I can't click it.
What is it?
It is the second best Disney song in the parks, I think, ever.
It's over. It's over.
Number one, Magic Happens. We haven't discussed my love of Magic Happens. And I went the entire 3 years without seeing the parade or hearing the music. And then when I was at Disneyland, I saw it 5 times. That is one of the most amazing songs. But the link that Kyle just put in, this is the theme song for the parade for Disneyland Paris and the show.
Oh, okay.
This one, there hasn't been a Disney song in many years that actually makes, well, a Disney park song that makes me like well up inside and get excited and tears of joy. But this song was one.
The one we just heard.
Disney Vacation Club.
It's just reminding you of those tough adolescent years, isn't it,
It
Jeremiah?
seriously is.
Oh, check it out. Went to Alani, going back again. Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Very,
This
very
Miranda.
cool.
Were you able to get that link, Doobie?
I can't click a link in the chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, magic happens so good.
Oh, you know what? I'll find it.
Yeah, just
Kyle,
copy it.
send it to me, Kyle.
Magic Happens.
so good. And
That
can't
parade
copy it.
was definitely
worth the wait, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I saw it 5 times, and I was there 4 days, and like that music until this song. Kyle had sent me this song, and he's like, "Just wait until you hear this song." And I heard it once, and I was like, "That's a good song." But then being in Disneyland Paris, I saw this show. I was there 4 days. I believe I saw it 6 times. This is one of those songs that I actually went up and talked to live entertainment people when I was at the Disney Animal Kingdom 25th anniversary, saying this song needs to come to the U.S. parks somehow.
Yeah, please, totally.
Oh, I see what I missed.
I'm
Okay,
a
I got
fan of
it.
that one with Mickey at Tokyo Disney, where
Yeah.
it's like almost a Messiah like song. It's about
Look to the sky, hope is all around, and it's about to ignite. It's looking bright, go on, let it out.
There's a key change in this too,
Let's talk
Doobie.
your feeling inside. We're gonna dream a little bigger, laugh a little harder, sing a little louder.
You really think this is a superior song to the one we just heard?
I had to sit through yours.
Love a little better. Take my hand, I'll show you how. The future holds so much more than we've ever seen before.
It's the same song.
Something so magical shining from our dreams. A monkey
Where we belong.
This is fun. One of the things D23 Expo needs is a dance party of just Disney tunes.
I thought you were saying a monkey to believe, and then I realized it's
No,
in
a monkey
French, the name of the
sings to
song.
me. Yes.
But they really need to, right? D23 Expo put on a bunch of these kind of tunes and let us all just dance around like crazy people.
Yeah, that's just
Eye to
imagining
eye.
this group of people dancing.
This song is
Maybe that DVC
such
song
a
to switch up the
positive
tempo.
look. Like coming out of the pandemic and everything, this song
Right.
is like what the theme song needs to be. And yes, Doobie, it is almost the same song because this came first.
This is nice. I like this. I'm gonna have to find that. That's cool.
I wasn't a big fan. But it was. I mean,
No,
I didn't
it's
hate it.
so happy for you.
I don't even know what the lyrics are. The other song is happy. The other song is
listen to the
happy.
lyrics. They're all in English.
No, the other one is nostalgic. The other one
Oh,
is
okay.
not happy peppy. It's like your favorite song
too-
is I'll Try.
This
Your
one's
favorite
very
Disney
modern.
song- Your favorite Disney song is I'll Try, which is like
Right,
almost
it's-
a lament.
It's a happy song. I'll try. Trying is a good thing.
Not
Wait,
happy
what
peppy.
is I'll Try from? I can't even think of
Return
what
to
that is.
Neverland.
Return. The Peter
Thank
Pan
you.
sequel has the best Disney song in history.
That's what that man over there thinks. The
Could
one
you
I've been
hear
married
my
to for-
eyes roll? Should I put
and
them
many,
closer to
many
my
years.
microphone?
Jonathan Brooke. Never even heard of the person, but sang the best song ever. Wow, we are having fun today.
Welcome to Music Talk on Laughing Place.
I'll try. Do or do note. Not darn it. Okay. Let's get to an actual other story. Annual passes for Disney World went back on sale, and to the best of my knowledge, are still on sale. I'm ready to buy an Incredipass right here if I didn't already have one. How about that?
Woohoo!
Check.
My bold prediction would be annual passes to Disney World ain't going nowhere. They're here to stay.
No, they're all sold out except for that one.
Speaking
Okay.
of
Well, that's the one that counts.
Speaking of availability, my family was at Magic Kingdom today, and apparently a torrential downpour was nearby, if not at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
I know
it was
Downtown
bad.
Disney was under a torrential downpour, but they were able to get a virtual queue at Tron, and the callback time wasn't even very far out from when they booked their VQ. So
No, I was there
For
when I was doing
VQ.
everything, and I walked past. I think it was 1:30 when I walked past the digital sign,
Yeah.
and it said still available.
yeah, they would have been a little bit later than that. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I'm gonna be tracking that moving forward. Interested to see if that was weather related or not. If we're beginning to see that, kind of. I know it's slower than it was Easter week, obviously. So
Yeah, yesterday was the lowest Genie Plus had been since it launched. It was only $15, and today was $18. And looking at this, it looks like the Pixie Dust Pass, the Pirate Pass, the Sorcerer Pass, and the Incredipass are all available as of right now.
I'm just saying.
But only some of those are available if you're out of state, or maybe even only one of those is available if you're out of state.
Yeah, only the Incredipass is what you can purchase if you're out of state.
Yeah, it's
can get
always
all-
only out of state.
Yeah.
Those other levels are available for those in the state of Florida.
But all four currently available. Jeremiah
Yeah.
just checked and confirmed.
Also available,
Oops, sorry.
I'm sorry, a beautiful view of World Showcase as
Almost.
you walk into Epcot.
They only got 2 more tacos, and I'm sure one will be gone by the end of this week, and then, Illuminations 100 will be all ready to go soon.
Ooh, Corksicle over at downtown Disney Springs.
I didn't mean to change that. Wow. Sorry.
Corksicle, Disney Springs.
Corksicle is open at Disney Springs. Tony Betty is happy. He is the biggest Corksicle fan I know. And it looks like, from judging by this, they opened it over near the AMC Theater. Jeremiah, is that what I'm seeing there?
Nope, not at all. That's by Paddlefish. That's where the marshmallow pop-up used to be.
Those. Wait,
And
Nikki B saw a hidden Mickey cloud in that picture.
In this picture?
Yeah. No, the Epcot picture. So that's fun.
Do not see a hidden... Oh, okay, let's go back to Epcot. Nikki B, where do you see a hidden Mickey?
It's kind of that profile. You kind of got an ear, a head, and a nose sticking out of
Like right here?
No, I see that animal that was in Shang-Chi. The little couch with the wings. That's what it is right there.
Yeah.
I see
I
clouds.
can kind of see a Mickey there. I'm seeing it.
Okay, I'm just going to take... and feet full. So are you saying, like, starting... You can't see my finger. Can you see my mouse? Like, starting up here and going all the way down?
Yep.
I can see that.
Yeah.
All
I agree.
right. Good eye, Nikki B. Mickey B. That would be clever, because hidden Mickey. So we got Corksicle, and then, not to be outdone, at Downtown Disney in California, they are getting a Clyde's Hot Chicken.
I've never heard of Clyde's Hot Chicken before this in my life.
So there you go.
But now you have.
Speaking of chicken, advice based upon my recent visit to Disney Springs. The queue for Gideon's Bakehouse was manageable. It wasn't doing the virtual queue return time thing. It was like you just got in line and there was maybe about 20-30 minute wait. The guy behind me hit Chicken Guy first, then got in line for Gideon's. So he's there, he's enjoying his Chicken Guy food, on his way to go get his dessert, right? His beautiful, tasty cookies. So there you go. 1, 2. Chicken Guy, Gideon's Bakehouse. If I'd have done that, I would have finally got to try Chicken Guy.
Chicken Guy.
I finally checked Gideon's Bakehouse off the new things at Disney Springs that I haven't tried yet. So
if I'm remembering right, Chicken Guy was like a Geo favorite. Geo was at Disney World as well, and I think he kept hitting Chicken Guy over and over.
Geo's off the chat.
I know Kyle likes... Doesn't Kyle like Chicken Guy? Wasn't he the one who was trying to convince me I should go?
No, Kyle hates Orange Bird.
Well, that's... Yes.
I actually just had Chicken Guy again the other day, and I've eaten there quite a few times. It is probably one of the easiest. If you mobile order, it's great. It's not too expensive. It is a good go-to if you're just gonna walk around. But for me, it's chicken.
So we had some Disneyland items. We're going to save those for Mike Celestino. Nothing too pressing. Rebecca, you just spent nearly 3 weeks at Disney World, so we're not going to go some detailed trip report, but just some highlights from your visit.
Rosa Mexicano at the Dolphin. Incredible food. I enjoyed my meal immensely. I had duck tacos that were amazing. My dining companion had the duck enchiladas in a mole sauce. Their mole sauce is amazing. Yes, Mr. Jeremiah.
I just the term Mexican food and duck just don't.
But they do. Look, it's beautiful. Do be showing it. It's a duck taco. It's like a street taco style. It was 3 of them. And you had a lovely, bright fruit-based on top. And
what does bright taste like?
Taco season. We got the tableside guacamole that was amazing. They're known for their pomegranate margaritas. I see why. It was super, super yummy. We had a dessert that was surprising because it was a margarita lime pie. So it was like kind of a take on the key lime pie, but with a margarita. And the crust had a little bit of heat. And the way that heat hit you was perfect. You had that citrus flavor, and then you'd have that little burst of hot, but it would dissipate so fast. So it wasn't like your mouth was just burning and on fire, but it was a nice little punch to the key lime, but margarita lime pie. So great, I
Indeed.
loved it. They validate parking, so don't get intimidated
Oh, that's
by that
big.
aspect. Yeah, because parking there is, when we drove up, we're like, oh hey, wait, maybe they should have
$30.
mentioned this. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe they should have mentioned this on the website, but they do validate for parking. It is a little bit of a hike up the hill, the way that particular parking structure is there. Ed, we talked about Dragon at the beginning of the show, so you'll have to rewind to hear about what's happening over regarding Disneyland Dragon. Let's see. We also there was another place, I think. Oh, we went to Beaches and Cream as a family. It was wonderful.
Doogie, how was it?
It was great.
But the location isn't as fun as it was in the past as far as the design. But the staff
Cabins. I know.
But the staff is amazing. We so many familiar faces from when we took pictures with people who we have pictures of. Our son is now 14, for those of you who are newer to Laughing Place, and we have pictures of him as an infant with the same crew there, Brian and Jane and Dominica and others. And so it was very, very nice to see familiar faces. That used to be our family hangout when we lived in Orlando. It will once again be our family hangout once we're back in Orlando.
Indeed.
I'm trying to think, where else did we dine? Because I ate so much good food on this trip. I was really happy when I got home and the scale did not hit. Oh, Toledo. We ate
Toledo.
I only put on 2 pounds, which shocked me. So I was very happy about that. But yeah, we hit Toledo. Oh, Steakhouse 71 for breakfast.
Yes, that was a treat. That was a real treat.
Tremendous food, great service. We went to Sanaa. These are places y'all know. Sanaa's great. It's still great. The bread service is still amazing. You'll notice there's a few less sauces because they've taken out those hottest sauces from the offering, but they're there. If you want them, if you're somebody who wants to burn your palate, go for it. Like my family, go for it. But it isn't just on the tray as it had been in the past. Saves a little bit of space on the table, not gonna lie. That was okay. This is a Dole Whip cupcake. It was over at the Monorail Resort Hotel's Grab and Go. Delightful. My friends were having Dole Whips. I'm not a fan of Dole Whips, so I went to Captain Cook's and got the Dole Whip cupcake instead. So pineapple. Those are Doobie's Skyliner socks. We're going like full travel.
I want to tap out on this if we're going to start to focus on feet. Like, we are going to get a whole different audience that I don't want to be part of.
So yeah, the thing I will tell you is that I found Walt Disney World delightfully accessible, considering we were there during Easter break. And Easter break for me is traditionally super, super busy and not as pleasant as Christmas, because it's super, super busy, but you don't have the happy peppy Christmas music and overall joys of Christmas in the air. But this year, it was nice. The waits were not horrific, and
Sebastian's.
This is Sebastian's. The food was good there. We were able to change out our park reservations fairly easily if we decided one park versus another. Magic Kingdom seemed to be the one that was the most difficult. If we were like, oh hey, all of a sudden we wanted to go to Magic Kingdom, that was the one that seemed to be less available than the others. But even it would end up often. Sometimes we would check like on Monday for the Thursday, and it wouldn't be available. But then Wednesday, oh, it's available on Thursday. We can actually go there tomorrow. That kind of dynamic was happening. Reservations at restaurants were opening up as well throughout the trip. We would check a location maybe day before and be able to get. We were only a party of 4, so not a big group, but we were able to get reservations just off peak times. So maybe not directly noon, but maybe 1:30 or 2, and maybe not 6, but earlier or later, that type of dynamic. So, and my favorite thing we discovered this trip is that Disney Studios, thanks to Fantasmic, I think, after about 8:30, you'll watch those wait times just plummet. And we rode Mickey's Runaway Railway multiple times. I want to say 4 or 5 times, and kind of that last hour and a half of the park, Rise of Resistance went down, but before it went down, it was sitting at a 60-minute 50 to 60-minute waits, whereas all day had been in triple digits kind of thing. So, whenever
Star
we had
Tours,
Star Tours was pretty much walk on. So
yeah,
those
total
kind
walk on, choose
like,
your row.
if you're not a Fantasmic person, or maybe you have a Animal Kingdom day, and then you can check out Fantasmic, pop over to Park Hop and check out Fantasmic that night, and then do a different day where you're staying at studios, and then that time period where Fantasmics are going on, you can really kind of knock off some of those attractions that have higher wait times during the day. So you can follow that on the app, or Laughing Place actually has a website really nice where you can just look down and see all the wait times. So you can just check that out before your trip and get a feel for kind of what the dynamics are at the park. It was something I wasn't sure if that still happened, because a Genie Plus has come in, and I wasn't sure how that was changing guest behavior or changing queue dynamics. So I was happy to know that little trick, because we used to do that. We lived local. So we'd have dinner, and then we just pop over to studios for a few hours in the evening. And it was nice to be able to see that. So
Cool. I think that's it.
cool.
So thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9
Here,
a.m.
Ryan.
for our regular LPTV Disney morning show. And tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific, Rebecca and the other Becca will be doing my goodness, Barely Necessities, the Disney merchandise show. And then
Disney
at 7:30
Trivia Live.
at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, myself and my son Gideon will be doing Disney Trivia Live, where we will have 2 fun, fabulous trivia contests. We take this very seriously. It is a very stoic, serious, focused show all about trivia.
I think
as
you
you can
guys
tell.
should switch that. I think you and Gideon should do Barely Necessity, and the Rebecca should do Disney Trivia Live.
We should do that sometime. That would be so
April
much fun.
1st. There we go. Oh, wait.
We can
That
do it
would
on
be
Topsy
fun.
Turvy Day next year.
Yeah, on the 6th of January. Or further, I don't know. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you later. And then I find this.